good job. I quit talking because I'm trying to concentrate on what I'm doing. We're just about to get it on this side. Just about. This is really a lot of fun watching this. Anyway, it welded in real good on this side. Now, as you know, it's real difficult to weld pot metal. In fact, there's a whole bunch of welders that tell you can't weld pot metal. It's not possible to weld pot metal. Anyway, you can weld pot metal, and I will tell you it is difficult. It's not as easy as working on the aluminum. It melts at a very low temperature. So I've embedded this into a pan of sand, and I'm not trying to use it as a heat sink, although pot metal does melt at a very low temperature. All I'm wanting to do is back this pot metal up like a foundry mold would, where in case I get it too hot, it won't let it run away. Now this takes longer to heat up than it took to heat the block, even though it melts at a lower temperature, but I'm having to heat a whole bunch of sand here also. Now, it will finally get hot. We will get it welded together. A lot of parts on old cars are made out of pot metal, and some of them are just about priceless if they can be repaired. If they can't be repaired, they're not worth 10 cents. But a lot of the boys can take those old grills off those old 30 and 40 model cars. They're broken. They're not worth anything. They can repair them back with a propane torch and that rod and get them re-chromed, and they're worth several $100s in some cases. And I'm not telling you this is as easy to work on as the aluminum. If you're going to work on pot metal, you're going to have to get you pot metal that doesn't make any difference and practice on it first. The propane torch puts out about 2,600 degrees. It takes about 1,200 degrees to melt aluminum. But we don't know what this piece of pot metal is going to melt at. A whole lot lower than 1,200 degrees. In fact, I've already started melting a little bit right there. You have to pay attention to what you're doing, and it's hard for me to pay attention while I'm talking. Real hard for me to pay attention while I'm talking. You know, it's going to shut up just a little bit and watch what I'm doing. It has started melting on the top piece. I have not got the bottom piece melted yet because it's down in that sand. And it's just going to take longer to melt it. But it will finally melt. Finally. We will get this job done. I'll show it to you when I get through. Got the bottom piece melted yet. The top piece is melted and welded in fine. But I've got the bottom piece backed up with sand, and the sand is taking up all my heat. So I haven't got this melted yet. But we will. We'll get caught this. said weld in. I don't know what kind of good job it's going to be, but we'll look here in just a minute. When it gets cool enough, we can take it. It is really welded in good. I don't know whether you can see it on the camera or not, but it's welded in good. But now, it does need some cleaning up, as all of it's going to need. You're going to need to file on it, you're going to need to grind on it, you're going to need to sand on it, you need to clean it up where it looks nice. And that's a piece of pot metal, and it melts at a real low temperature, and that's just two old pieces of junk there that I welded together. But you can weld it, like I say, on pot metal. Now, you do have to practice a little bit. Practice on some old pot metal that doesn't make any difference before you get on something that's important. We're going to weld on these old fan brackets that told us we can't weld on. I don't know whether we're going to successfully weld on it or not, but we're going to weld on them anyway. I've got them down in the sand just so the sand will kind of hold some of that stuff back, keep it from falling in case I get it too hot, which I probably will. Now this melts at a real low temperature. It is welding in. I don't know whether it's going to be a good job or not, but it is welding in. All this pot metal has to be cleaned up once you get it welded in. It all has to be sanded on, it all has to be ground on, it all has to be filed, it all has to be sanded to make it look nice. You can see it's welding in. It's welding in easy, and it's welding in good. Let's let it cool just a little bit, and I'll get it out there and we'll look at it. That's hard work bending over there. Now we're going to get it out and look at it. I don't know whether you can see it in the camera or not, but it is welded together, and it is welded together good on that one side. See if I can get it up here close enough to see. You can see it's welded in right there. And this is that old cheap stuff that holds fan blades on those overhead fans. And they told me there's no way in the world to weld that stuff. And I don't say it's real easy. I might make a mistake now. I'm going to put it back down in the sand and see if I can weld on the other side. Buried it back down in the sand. Let's see if we can weld on this other part now without tearing it up. Get this out. I got it buried pretty good. And it's a little bit chilly out here today. It's not real warm. This is February I'm doing this. Yeah, come on. Keep pushing it. When you get down like this in a hole, the torch burns up all the oxygen that's right around it. If you don't watch it, the torch will go out because it doesn't have any air to keep it burning.